Good morning, America. How are ya? Monday morning rail. We'll be 500 miles before the day is done, and they call me the City of New Orleans. Hi, I'm Denny Jelsma, and I'm at the world-famous Jacksonville Terminal Railroad Museum in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, where the sun always shines and running trains is a pleasure. Today, this program is brought to you by Jelsma Graphics, the people that make all the railroad embroidered clothing. And so just go to jelsma.com and shop and shop and shop. And with all that being said, show and tell starts right now. Show and tell starts right now, and today we have another exciting program. And we're talking about one of my favorite trains and one of my favorite railroads, and that is the Wabash. You know, I grew up in the cornfields of Iowa, and the Wabash was everywhere. And follow the flag. The train that I'm going to talk to you today, and we have a model here, that is the City of Kansas City. And it was introduced in the late 40s as a streamlined train between St. Louis and Kansas City. Now, the Kansas City St. Louis market was very competitive. You had the Missouri Pacific was Wabash's biggest competitor in that, and they had the train that went through Jefferson City, the state's capital, and they were a real competitor to the Wabash. So the Wabash introduced the City of Kansas City, and it was a streamliner, and they had a dome coach on it, and it was really a luxury train. And they put out a complete flyer on this train, and the new Wabash streamlined City of Kansas City, the ultimate in luxury. And boy, this train really was. And it talks about here that they had the dining car, they had a lounge car, and they had the observation car, and a dome car that they added. And it was really a lot of extras they added to these cars. And the Kansas City market, the Wabash had three passenger trains: the City of St. Louis, the City of Kansas City, and then the Midnight Special that ran through from Chicago, St. Louis, and then to Kansas City. But the City of Kansas City left St. Louis 9:10 and got in at 2:30 and left at 4:50 and got in at 10:20. And probably the biggest city that it actually served between those was Moberly, Missouri, and that was a big division point for the Santa Fe. And so the Santa Fe, for the Wabash, the Wabash really had nice brochures and timetables that they advertised. This here is the timetable of 1959, where they've added the dome to the City of Kansas City. And so this train right here was typically pulled by a EMD E7A. Usually they just only had one, unless the concept during the holidays they would have a lot of extra. But typically it was one EA. They had a baggage. They had a coach. My consistent here is just is probably in the mid 60s. This car needs to be washed. They had a coach lounge car. They had a diner, and then they had the dome, and then they had the observation car 1600. And there isn't a model maker out there that makes this model. This is a very unique model. This model here was scratch built by Southeast Models here in Jacksonville. Mike Stamey, he's a member of our club here, and he custom made this car. and it's just really a gorgeous. You can see the drum head where it says City of Kansas City. And so when you were going between Kansas City and St. Louis, you really went first class on the City of Kansas City. And so I remember going down into Missouri and watching trains, and I saw this train many times, and one of the things that sticks in my mind was the diner. And I remember seeing people sitting in, and I remember, I think I was at Centralia, Missouri, but I could be wrong on that, but it was just so fascinating to me. And then it was blue and silver, and wow, it was really a nice train. So that's what we have today, is the Wabash City of Kansas City. And that's the way it is. In beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, where the sun always shines, running trains is a pleasure, and you need to hit like and like our videos. We thank you for all the people that watch us, the thousands of people every week. And that's the way it is.